And hopefully that gives you kind of like both sides of the coin, because if you want the upward trajectory targets, say that we break those key resistance levels that I was just talking about. Where are we going? All right. Everybody knows what they're here for. They see the thumbnail, they see the title, they want to come in and beat up on Drew. Let's take a walk and let's talk about it. I don't care. All right. I don't care. I think Bitcoin could potentially go to $86,000. I'm going to show you exactly why here in just a second. We're going to give you an incredibly high level, thorough analysis on it, right? That probably no one's covering because everybody's just going to feed you the same line of coin to the moon. The alt season, buy this meme coin. There can still be Bitcoin to the moon. It can still be alt season, and we can leg up and leg down like healthy markets do. I personally don't care. I know I'm going to have a bunch of trolls in the comment section, a bunch of triggered Nancy's, having on their, having their little moment, right? Their little moment, saying, I'm stupid, whatever. Okay. I don't care. I don't care. My position's already up. If you don't believe me, it's right here. It's already up like $900. Okay. We're looking at 30% profit right now. I don't care. My stop loss is in profit. Okay. If we flip to the other side, guess what? I stop out in profit and then I flip it to the other side. I'm just letting everybody know what I'm doing. Okay. So don't get mad at me. So I'm saying like, hey, this could happen. I'm going to give you both sides of it because there's a side where we get potentially go to 86K, right? But then there's the other side of it where we pump through $100,000 and we hit like $107,000, $110,000 target. We come back, we retest 100K, off to the races, 120, 130. If you watch my other videos, you know what time it is. I showed you the Fibonacci retracement pulls on that. I showed you the Fibonacci extension pulls on that. I showed you the cup and handle, okay, that formed, that still has not gotten to its target. I showed you the bull flag that almost got to its target, okay? And these are like macro trends as well. I showed you the trend channel that put us where we are, right? I don't know what more I can do. I give everybody both sides of it. If the trade doesn't go in the direction, you stop out and you flip to the other side, right? And luckily for me, I'm in profit enough that it doesn't matter. I'm riding risk-free now. And if we go up, great, even better. Love it. Wolfer Finance's portfolio will do extremely well. But before we, get too far into it, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on the notification bell. Comment whatever you want in the relevant sections. I know you will. And we will get into the analysis, right? Because we're ready for all the smoke. I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. Call me an idiot. I'm an idiot that's banking profits, 30% trades. Whatever, dude. Get over it. All right, here we are. Bitcoin chart. I gave you a sneak peek of what's going on. I should not have done that. I should have taken all this stuff off. All right. Why do I think that this is a scenario that could play out? Okay. Again, I'm not saying Bitcoin is dead. I'm not saying Bitcoin's over. I'm not saying the bull run's over. I'm not saying the bull run's even come close to its peak, man. I'm not saying that at all. So don't get all triggered. Don't freak out. Put your pitchforks in your, come burn my house down, Here we go. November, bearish wedge. Okay, what happens with bearish wedges? ChatGPT it, Google it. I don't care. They break down 99%, not 99% of the time, but like 70, 80% of the time. Bearish wedges break down whenever they're upward trending, right? Rising wedge, okay? What happened on this bearish wedge? We've broken outside of it, unfortunately, okay? Substantially, all right? Is that like the end? No, it's not, okay? Again, I was thinking about like, do I even post this video? First and foremost, let's give you my disclaimer. I didn't even know if I was gonna record a video on this, post this video, because everybody gets all friggin' crazy on me. They get all loopy, and they're like, Bitcoin's going down. I hate you. I hate your braids. You're stupid. All right, cool. Get it out of your system. Say whatever you want in the comment section. Do it really quickly. And let's get into some like actual factual stuff, like some analysis and stuff like that. Anyways, my point. I want to see Bitcoin go up. All right. I want to see altcoin season kill it. I own a company called Wolfer Finance. Go look it up. Google it. Google me. We own millions of dollars worth of Ethereum, Avalanche, Flux, FTM. We run validator nodes. Incredible infrastructure for the blockchains. Okay. We love blockchain. All right. I want to see it go up. I want to see our portfolio do very well, and it'll do very well for our investors, myself as well. My point is that I see these things, okay? And I've been racking my brain on the charts all morning trying to figure out trying to sell myself on not going short on Bitcoin, trying to find all the bullish reasons not to, why to be in a long trade instead. That's what good traders do. Okay. They don't just like, there's no directional bias for a trader. It's just the chart's doing this. If this happens, then I do this. If this happens, then I do that. And I'm going to give you both scenarios, where you go short, where you go long. I'm already in a short. I don't have to give you the scenario because you can't get my prices. I'm short above 9,000, 99,000. Sorry. You're not going to get that price. My stop is in profit. I'm guaranteed to make money. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay. But what I can do is show you the proverbial line in the sand and help you position yourself accordingly. Okay. So we know about this bearish wedge. I mean, this thing it's massive. It's all of November. Okay. It started in early October or late October. Sorry. Right here. So it was like the very beginning of November all the way through today. Okay. There's a line in the sand here, but we've already busted out of this channel. Okay. We've lost the 50 moving average. Not awesome. 50's all the way up here, 100's down here. There's a target that's taking us to the 100 anyways, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. But we're going to get through these rising channels and wedges and stuff like that first. This was a rising wedge as well. This could act as support. Okay, 95.1, 95.2 range, something like that. This was a rising wedge. We did break above it. It's not as good of a rising wedge as the other one because it's pretty friggin' flat comparatively. The other one's like entangled pretty far upwards. The one that I'm talking about that we just broke down from. So we did break out over this. Okay, we are seeing a rounded top here. Could this form an inverted cup and handle? Yes, it could. Okay, if you were seeing this inverted, you'd be like, oh, dude, there's a cup and handle. But since everybody wants to see Bitcoin go up, and that's the directional bias that everybody's having right now, they don't want to see anything to the contrary. I'm the only one like saying anything to the contrary. I've been saying it. We're topping out at 100K right here. Okay, there's a line in the sand where we either go up or exactly what I'm saying in the thumbnail is going to happen. Probably like down to like 86K, which is right here. Okay. Or yeah, it's like right down here. Sorry. So here's my point. Okay. This is a higher high, higher low. This is where we started the market structure, at least back, in like November. Higher high, higher low, right? Than the previous one. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You see where I'm going with it. Higher high, higher high, right. Higher high. Here is the breaking point, or what I would call the line in the sand, that if we go below this, we are not setting a higher low, and we've broken the market structure, and we are having a rounded top. Okay, that's not awesome. Okay, so that's my point. This is where you need to pay attention for. Line in the sand right here. Okay, it's at like 97.2. Okay, if we go below 97.2, it's not really looking that great. This is our largest bearish wedge. Okay, here's our micro falling channel that we also, again, we broke out of. It broke down. Okay, these tend to go up. Usually these falling channels will break up. Okay, again, this one isn't like super angled, so we broke down out of it. Now we're coming down here to try to retest this swing low, okay? Because we set this higher low right here, right? That's what we're doing right now. I tried to figure out as many ways as I possibly could, like, okay, why should I be long here? Why should I be long here, right? So I came up with a bull pennant, okay? This bull pennant broke out, but it topped out here, okay? It topped out. This bull pennant was telling us we were going to 120 or 110, my bad. Could we very well still be going there? Absolutely. Especially if this thing acts as support at about $93,000. Okay. If we come back and retest this, because again, we never retested this. Look, we never retested this. Okay. All the way over here. You could argue that this was the retest. At the very most, this was the retest. The closest we got to a retest. Okay. It was like 5 candles in. Not great. Okay. So again, what else did I try to find? Well, I tried to find a cup and handle pattern. Okay. This looked a lot like a cup and handle. This is a bullish pattern that was saying, okay, maybe we could, if this plays out, we break 100K. This broke down. This is why I'm entering short, because it came up here, topped out, right? Bam, broke down. I actually added a little bit to my position here on this retest of the bottom of this handle of the cup, right? Then I found, okay, there's a micro bull pennant, right? All right, cool. Again, we broke down out of it, which again, entered on the retest, short. Okay, and you see how my short's doing. All right, I tried to find every way that's saying like, yo, you should be long on this, but there was nothing here telling me like, hey, you should be long, right? Unfortunately. Now, if you want to get super degen, go down to the 5-minute, the 10-minute, 15-minute chart, whatever, right? But I'm talking like macro, midterm trends, right? Maybe not macro. Okay. Then I found a bear flag that was inside of that bull flag. This is what people don't, no one teaches you this stuff. Find patterns inside of larger patterns. Okay. This might tell you how this is going to play out. Okay. So you've got a micro bull flag or bear flag inside of the larger bull pennant. We came up to the proverbial line in the sand, which was right here. We tested it almost perfectly. You can see it. We tested it. Bam, bam, bam. Tried to break out 3 times. 3 resistance. Boom. Next candle. Right down. Okay. It's an easy short opportunity right there. So then guess what I found? Another bear flag inside of the larger bear flag. And then guess what happened? Boom. We broke out of that bear flag too. Then we've got some bearish rising channels. Okay. That could act as support. All right, so let me zoom out. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is like a rising channel that usually these break down, okay? These break down. But could this act as support? Because we did break out of it, which is very rare, okay? Could we break out of this at the 95K level, 96K? Yeah, we could. We've also got a small rising wedge right here. Again, another second layer of support at like 96.5. So could there be a catch point at 96.5? Then we blast through, following this micro bull flag or whatever, not the micro bull flag, but this 1 hour bull pennant that gets us up to, 109. Yeah, maybe it could, So I'm not saying any of this is guaranteed. Only thing is guaranteed on this video is that I'm going to make money. And that's that. It's just because of my position. I got a good entry, whatever. So we see our small rising wedge, right? But if we break under this, this is now going to be resistance, okay? And so are these falling wedges, right? These bearish wedge, or not the bearish wedge, but the falling channel. Since we have now broken under this, because again, look where we're at. We have broken under that channel, okay? We've broken under that channel. That is now going to be resistance, especially if we break under this. It's going to be hard to get back above it, especially when there's 2 resistances here and then they start breaking down. They're going to like trend us downwards. Okay. So there's that. Then let's see. We've got our November fib. Okay. This is the fib from this run. Okay. This is the fib from literally 73,000 all the way up to the new all-time high that we just set. Where is the golden pocket on this? $83,000, and the 0.5 is at 86. Okay. So a lot of stuff lining up here. Okay. Where do those bear flags take us really quick? Well, looks like the bear flags would take us to somewhere in the $97,000 range all the way down to 96.6. And if that happens, since we've already lost the 50, if we lose the 100, guess where the 200 is? $93,000. Okay. So there's your line in the sand. You know your line in the sand right here. We have to stay above this to keep a higher low. Okay. And here, I'll even show you where my exit is. The bear flags and then the falling channel. So I have my stop loss as it sits right now is right outside of this. Okay. It's at we're right here. My stop loss is at like 98.7, 98.8. So I'm stopping out in profit either way. And then if we regain this level, I'm going long, right? So that's kind of my point. So again, I'm covering myself both ways, and I'm giving you both ways of this to kind of see what's going on. All right. So then we've got the fib. We know what's going on there. We've got our macro and our micro upward channels. Okay. We've broken back into this micro channel. Okay. This micro channel has dated back for quite a while. Okay. So this micro channel has dated back all the way to the beginning of November, maybe second week of November. We broke above it, which, we broke above it multiple times, and then we always came back into it. So where would that put us is like 96K. Okay. And that's assuming we don't lose that channel, because if we lose that channel, this is our support right here. Our support is 94.5. Okay. And what do I mean by that? This is a support channel that if you zoom out, this thing has been since I think like 2017. Back to the bull run of 2017. I can show it to you on the daily chart, but just go watch my other video. You see what I'm talking about. This thing could take us all the way down to 57.5, and we would still be in an upward trending market. So We're not going there. The worst we're going to see is maybe 76 grand. I don't think we're getting there either. I think we're getting maybe 86, right? So again, these are a couple other supports. So this is another line in the sand, 95.5 to about 94.5. If we break that, we're coming down, okay? And I'm going to show you why. I also looked at these macro kind of like rising channels just to see like where that would take us, because these are like rising channels that have been, they date back way, way, way far. And I mean, that puts us at $80,000, right? The upward portion of that channel. We've got the 2023 bull flag that literally takes us almost all the way up to $101,000. And we topped out before we got to the top of that. Okay. So we've kind of like fulfilled that bull flag, is my point. So it could be time for that kind of like macro or micro pullback. Okay. Now, here's all the support levels. Okay. I know this is going to be a lot of lines, but we're just going to zoom in. I'm going to show you the key ones, like the super important ones. Okay. So these are the ones that are going to matter. Okay. All the way down here to where we kind of started this new market structure. This is our target. Like, this is like where we would see probably max pain, because this is where a lot of people started entering leveraged longs. Okay. So this area right here, 86K, even down to maybe right here into the 81K range, and maybe even 77 is where people started entering those like super leveraged long positions, which is right here. Because if you see, like we had been here before. We had been at 71, 73 level, right? So this is where people started entering those leveraged long positions. So once we start breaking that market structure down, okay, and then we start setting lower lows, which, let's be real, we're coming really friggin' close to it. We're within like $250 of it, right? So once we start doing that, my point is that these are all of your support levels that show you where we could be going. Okay. So just pay attention for that. And if we break below this level right here, this 85 level, this is not good, right? And same here, right? 86. Really, if you go below 86.5, that's kind of like where it gets real nasty, where you could fall into the 70s relatively quickly. Obviously, you've got support at 81, 82K, stuff like that. Here's another thing that I want people to just be aware of. I'm not saying that this matters. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. Okay, Bitcoin had this massive on Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D, right? It had this massive, like, kind of like boom, cascade of, it was all the way up here at like 61%, fell all the way down to like 58%. A lot of people think that's a big move. It is a pretty big move in terms of Bitcoin dominance. What was happening when that happened? Same thing. Bitcoin was falling, right? Why did that happen? Because people were selling Bitcoin to go into alts. If you look, I mean, this was 1900 on Friday, right? Let's go to ETH and see what happened since 1900 hours on Friday. Friday, 1900 hours. Right here. Boom. Look what happened. This is the range right here. All the way up here. Boom. That bad boy went up 7.1%. And then guess what happened as soon as the Bitcoin chart bottomed out right at 1500 on Saturday, right? Guess what happened? You saw it on ETH. 1500 on Saturday, it topped out, boom, started its massive trend downwards. This is where we like start weaving a tangled web, where we're selling Bitcoin to pump ETH, but then we see Bitcoin falling and people are like, oh crap, I gotta go sell my Bitcoin. And then it starts this liquidation, this like cascading, effect. And then guess what? Everybody starts selling their ETH to like buy back Bitcoin, and they see ETH selling off, and then everybody starts selling to like lock in their capital, right? So that's another thing that's kind of a problem, right? And the other thing I want to show you is the fear and greed index. All right, because like this is where it gets nasty. Like, look at this fear and greed index. We're at 87. We haven't been this high since March 12th of 2024. Guess what happened on March 12th of 2024 if we go to the daily chart? I guarantee you know exactly what happened on March 12th. I don't even have to tell you, but I'm still going to show you. March 12th, that was the top, right? And then we faded. We faded pretty friggin' hard all the way down to here. Okay? It was like, dude, that was like 5 months, right? 35% decline. Where would a 35% decline be here? Let's say it's even half of that, right? Say 100K, say it's 17.5%, takes it down to 84 grand, 85 grand, 85.5. That's all I'm saying, man. So I've given you both sides of the setup, right? I've given you the lines in the sand. You know that we need to stay above certain levels, right? You know what those levels are. If you don't remember what they are, go ahead and rewind this because I'm not going to like keep everybody on this forever. Okay. But just understand that there's also bearish divergence on the hourly, bearish divergence on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, you name it. There's a bearish divergence. Okay. And I don't have time to go through all of that, but just know that they're there. And if you go back and watch my other video that has a similar thumbnail to this one, you'll see all of them. So with that being said, hopefully that's helpful to people and hopefully that gives you kind of like both sides of the coin, because if you want the upward trajectory targets, say that we break those key resistance levels that I was just talking about. Where are we going? We got to hit 100K. Okay, first and foremost. We hit like 99.5, 99.8. That could have been our rejection at 100K. This might be the pullback that helps us reset all those RSIs, get all those bearish divergences taken care of on the daily, the monthly, the weekly, at the very least the hourly and the 4 hour, right? Then we've got that 110K level that you saw the target on. I just showed it to you, right? Then you've got the 120K level, which is that first Fibonacci retracement extension level, which is the 1.618 at $120,000. Then we've got that large macro cup and handle pattern that has yet to play out, right? We have confirmed above the handle. We do have a breakout. It's great. We can literally go back out down to $58,000 and we still have a breakout of that cup and handle targeting $130,000. What's the next target after that? The 2.618 extension on the Fibonacci retracement extension is at $180,000. Then it's 250 for the 3.618, and then the 4.236 is at 290. So again, that's when altcoin season goes absolutely bonkers and everybody makes stupid money. We only have 35% of the search volume as we had in 2021 right now. Okay. So that means retail as it sits is not in the same capacity that it was, but yet we've set new all-time highs. And our RSI at this new all-time high is lower than the RSI was at the previous all-time high. And what I mean by that is we set that new all-time high at like, I think it was like 77K. And then we hit like 80 something. And the RSI has been trending downwards since then, not setting newer highs on the RSI. That's a bearish divergence. So with that being said, throw all your hate in the comments section. If you hate what I'm saying, I gave you both sides of the coin. I'm doing everything that I can to get the content out as quickly as possible on a Saturday. Hopefully this gives you some like, I don't know, something to do, you know? I would see those lines in the sand and just watch them. Okay. You don't have to be long. You don't have to be short. Just be aware of those levels. Okay. And you know what to do if we breach those levels to the upside or if we breach those levels to the downside, right? There's either in a long or short opportunity here. I'm giving you both trades. Okay. With certain set parameters exactly set in this video. So if you like content like this, obviously make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on the notification bell. Comment anything if you know you will. It's what you want in the relevant sections. If you have a contrarian opinion, get up with some facts. Don't just say something stupid. Oh, you're dumb. Great argument. Great argument. I deliver 15 minutes worth of straight facts and analysis, and you say you're dumb. All right, back it up with something, right? If you have like differing targets, let me know. If there's something that you think I missed, let me know. Again, I can't cover every single thing in a video that's digestible for you. Okay, so I want to be cognizant of everybody's time, be respectful of that, give you the high level stuff that I think is most pertinent, let you figure it out from there. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video. I appreciate everybody showing up for this one.